Well, boys and girls, this is James here speaking, and how's it going? Today is the last day of 2022. So, well, it's about the evenings. It's going to the New Year's fireworks showing up, and before we have to, I have to gonna to talk with these. This is also have to. This is gonna be the last video of 2022, and I, as a very, honestly, is a very a grateful and eventful of the years from the past that the 12 months, the period that you have wondering that you barely have a remember and memory, so you have to the flashback as well way back to goes, as is a generally to the band had the 12 months period to release, as it has been a likely to as well as a very the a greatly has a grateful for the a fulfilled of real life, the this real life, the history, the historical, and this would have the 2022 that goes that the very moment to the back into the 1997 to 2022, and it's actually likely is 25 years after, and nevertheless to be like numerous the years by the decades of the people who was remembers with childhood, teenagehood, and young adulthood got things that right remember 1997, yeah, and people like the 1997 to childhood, and who thinks are has a flashback remember, and this was the like the 25 years, the 1997 between the 2022. That's what have this the all the years that have been to the classical to the classic the into the modern age has been, and I have spent the a lot for the lot does I have to very much have the times that and before it there are times, and after this afterward at this time, so the past the whole level yard would be the as absolutely been the outstanding, the extraordinary, the up and down sides of the years. But the downside is the that's because of that there's a Russian invasion attack the hurricanes, and World War III is going to happen till the next quarter years, and despite when there have real worlds, people are shocked and preparing to be scared to the World War III happening. Our hours endlessly is going to happen as ongoing, and I know this as a World War III is happening just right now, and but this is 2022 is very tediously tediously is a really difficult years. So I preface this by very surprised that than the worst years than the 2020 and 2016, and I always have to all to remember the years that before the decades. Years events have it remember that they barely have to remember if in 1997 people have a childhood, a teenagehood, and a young adulthood about that, and I have been gotta be has I have been to play these as one of the usually the childhood games, videos, animation, movies, and something like that, and I predicted this is going anywhere. I do it like so. Well, so this 2022 is as grateful the years is going to end, and it's going to be the last day of the Christmas, the last day of the December, and we've been officially the 2022 the offline. I might have been so that once again. I would likely have to say the thank you all the views and journey with the real life and the history. The 2022 has been ending. Thank you for being the coming at this going to anywhere to outdoors whatsoever, and I would say that generally it's very thankful to the people for parties and a whole effort outdoors a village and also that there's something at the locals market out there to listening to concert big around to a like so, and as always for the generally to as thankful as has a greatly to 2022. Make sure I've make sure you have to watch the article to look back to the flashback. You have any 12 months period as absolutely the entire classic videos, the old videos, whatever you have to call it, the classic, the old videos, has to do it like so. And I have it gonna be checked this is on to evening, and it's about the New Year fireworks. Fireworks is soon, so the 2023 is things has to really change, and the new year is the new year is about I've been focusing on I would have to write this focusing on the move along for it, and I would have to keep this in the move along as away from a 2022. And I said I believe in the 2023 I grew up likely young adult supervisor, and I was able to sort of hire it up with first jobs in real life section. So I just have been kept away from the indie studios. So things I should be planning is an idea is biggest personal project of the myself, the James Media, as the independently thought for this was further related to be. I remember watched the American old school cartoon movie like DreamWorks, Disney, Pixar, Blue Sky Studios, Fox Animation Studios, and all kind of stuff. Even like Uncle Richard Williams, Uncle Don Blues, who they knows he's known for made the like Dragon Layers for Laserdisc, arcade, and then like 1980s, 1990s American animation films and all that, and also I have now upsided this year, so I've been watching the Mad God stop motion animation film. That's the point where Uncle animation director said who he's the stop motion animation directions that he knows where to work the stop motion effects like RoboCop, Space, Starship Troopers, Titanic's, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, and other movies, something like that. It came out then 31 years after the initial development and initial the productions of Mad God project as well, and it's surpassed it has been like nearly this 30 plus years after. Then Uncle Richard Williams had got made it that he made the Thief and the Cobbler. I always remember watch them. It's been a lot. There's a lot of good old days and remember. It's really like that, and I can hear it playing the concert outside local market in here. I I was definitely gonna wish the musician artist I was a singer to the song cover. Maybe it's additionally likely the Post Malone's and the collaborated with a musician artist, something like that. I listening a lot Post Malone, The Weekends, and Ty Dolla Sign, and Doja Cat's Hatsumiku, the all kind of everything stuff, the upside of the years. Somewhat people to remember, somewhat to people that got upsides this year, and they're all the proof. And I just got to predict it going to outside, helping the disability children with camp and that's the autistic people. And apparently the whole understands, but they didn't understand that autistic people. But I feel if it makes it uncomfortable, it they makes like unresponsive. So yeah, and I just believe about the truth, the background story, and I already knows that telling the boys these kind of stuff. So how the way back goes, and somewhat I have now collected to David Gershons that he makes helpful and supportive for me, and David Gershons the carrier is going but watching for me as well, and I was at a young adulthood supervisor. I wondering that I'll have this make things better to the bigger things this place. Okay, the only the reason that but the bad quality is the something in the bad stuff, and I remember that times that a while for something at this bad things whole situation in the real world that happened. Russian invasions, destroy Ukraine's that is going to happen to till to the World War III. Those are about the World War III the news this, but digitally this is going to happening that till 2023 and 2024. Uh, Honestly, the World War III is going to enter the world apocalypse. I would just watch the post apocalyptic movie. Yeah, do what I like so. And I got upside of this year, and I just made it out the meeting center. I just made it out the disability children camp, and I just made it. I went to learn the computers as long as miles that it goes a long miles away, and I have adopted children's usual too as well, right? And also the only these things had who I remembering the people through over the years. So I I barely have to remembering the her mom's pets, Rummy the cat, her best friends with Uncle Armstrong's, and got passed away due to the infection of a COVID-19. Says he's been a few years that he's been doing a lot to this build the Armstrongs that help some people construct the site, and he's to talk to. Well, this is gonna be the so this is always have to gonna have to say this is gonna be last video on 2022. We can always been this gratefully eventful the whole of a lot spend a lot to spend have mustache, and every the singles ever you have to remember, you have the memories with your relative, friends, following followers, and the entire family members, and all that stuff. To be the honestly, it's been I would have to 2023 is going to I would have preparing that I gotta be the Kickstarter to tilt this start to finish the this what I call it the James Media Maltaking Studio Universe. And the Scott hosts the would be later a Kickstarter project that is launch soon till next year. And but I was gonna be to do it anyway. So right now it's what's time is it? Right now it's is almost as get to the new year, and hopefully the fireworks. I'll take a rest, and I woke up the early mornings that I was gonna be. I will have to start it kickstarting the James Media Maltaking Studio Universe, as you have to call it. So, and and I'll have to post every social media platforms, and I posted to talk about the independent animation film project and other things among other stuff. And the same way too, and just as well as many enjoyable, fun, joy, peacefully, and remarkable about this this will be ends in 2022 as well. And yeah, and this is gonna be the last day of 2022, and I barely has got remember, I barely has got this all things memories, and all kinds of good things of right or wrongs decisions, years, the quality, but 2022 it's gotta be fine. But hopefully the 2023 should be the better, and we hopefully are looking forward to the further in the future development soon. So right now to boys and girls, so this is going to be the last video of 2022, and I just got a flashback to remember as I have a few of the big dreams come true as I remember back in the 1997, 1998, and then 1999. I met them a lot, childhood friends, and many friends out there as a connection inside the computer. So anyway, so thank you all very much that the journeys of life, real life, the histories of 2022 is hopefully the grateful, hopefully greatly evening nights that New Year's fireworks are showing up, and as a keep there to people who they have the strong to keep them carrying yourself with your family and your friends as well. So, and that's just pretty much have to. That's all pretty much have to say it. So, make sure you have to just smash a like button to if you have to already hit thumbs up here to give it a thumbs up. To smash a like the button to say Happy New Year to everybody. So, make sure you have to like, share, and then subscribe our the personal channel if you want to have to see this more related videos, and recently just uploaded daily more videos and the cool stuff. And subscribe to Scott Host, and I put the links in the description, and support the Kickstarter project before its Kickstarter is launched to Raptor Call of the Shadow Remix. And he needs better funds, he needs some money, he needs a budget to get the help to Scott Host personal project of the games as well as the Inherit Remix. And does include Mountain King Studios films, and I would be ready for that. So until after next year, so will be started to on to generally to earlier soon. So, and I would have to say thank you for all the people and watching this with your fans and support. And this is a very best years of 2022. And thank you for journey with us, and thank you for the journey with us. Thank you for being watching, and greatly support and healthier the carrier, and spread the word to everybody involved. Let this mark have the end of the 2022. We have to looking forward to new age of peace and happiness. And until I'll see you the next year. Hope you have the greatly evenings, have the greatly night, and I have to say, Happy New Year's 2023. Happy New Year, boys and girls, and to keep the strong, to keep the healthier with your friends and family as well. And thank you all for watching, and I hope I'll see you to the modern age the next year, 2023. This is James here speaking. I'm your host, the lead hosting, speaking here to the professional speech, and not much have to say. So, this is James here speaking. We're signing out. Have a good day, boys and girls. As always, later. Happy New Year, 2023. Happy New Year, boys and girls. Take care.